Today what we will start, we will start JSP. Okay, so far we discussed like HTML and servlet, correct? JavaScript.
Yeah,
HTML, servlet and JavaScript. So now today we are going to discuss about JSP. So what is the JSP means? So JSP also it's kind of a similar kind of HTML. So in HTML whatever you are doing, right, like you are displaying some static data like tables, div, form, fields, labels, input elements, and you are adding JavaScript and you are doing validation, you are adding Ajax code. You are doing so many things in HTML page, right? Correct. In the similar way, we can able to do all those things in JSP also. That is one feature. All static related stuff we can able to do in JSP also. This is one feature. And the second feature is, so say for instance, and you saw servlets also, right? Inside the servlets, so what we are doing, we have some inbuilt objects like request, response, and you are getting the session, and you are getting output stream object. From request you are reading the data fields, and you are setting the fields into the request, and you are getting the request fields into different servlet, and you have a session object. From session you are trying to get session id, and you are adding some data into the session, and you are getting the session values in different servlet, and you are navigating one servlet to another servlet. The similar way we can able to do all those things into in JSP also. So basically, JSP is a kind of dynamic property. Okay, so we can able to do some dynamic activities as well as static activities.
so what is the basic difference between the servlet and JSP?
Yeah, the basic difference between servlet and JSP is see servlet also whenever you are first time when you are requesting, so it will create an object, and so for next request onwards it will use the same object, correct? It will not create object for every request. In the similar way, JSP also it is having it will create its own class. JSP is a file looks like a HTML, but it will create a for JSP also it will create a Java file, and it will be compiled. It will generate the servlet. Basically, you are writing HTML kind of file, but in the backend side it will generate servlet. So that is the basic difference between servlet and JSP. So for JSP you have a direct class, whereas in case of for servlet you have a direct class, but whereas in case of JSP the servlet class will be generated. So based on your input, your servlet will be regenerated and it will be compiled. Object will be created, and a constructor will be executed. Request response object will be created, and service method, init method, do getter, do post, or destroy method. These are the lifecycle methods. It's the same as it is. There is no much difference. I will develop some JSP page and I will open that servlet and I will show you the default methods like do get, do post, service, init method, destroy method, how it got generated.
Okay.
So based on your input, the servlet will be regenerated. So that we will see slowly. Okay. Yeah. Now let me create one dynamic web project. So I created one project JSP underscore one. Now let me add server. So I'm using Tomcat 7.0 so that its compatibility with the JDK 7. Yes. So Tomcat 7, there is a specialty for Tomcat 7. Tomcat 7 is kind of SDK. So you need to copy and you need to paste it. There is no installation, means there is no next steps here. I think we have already discussed this one when we are doing basic setup. So now whenever I am trying to run, it's displaying the 8080 port is already in use. Correct?
Correct? Yeah.
So what I had to do, I had to
create a new port.
yes, how to create a
Yes.
port?
How to
Click
create a
here.
port? Click here. Click.
So you can give the port number
So you
whatever you
can
want. I'm giving port number as all fives, 4 5s.
Yeah.
Save it and let me restart again back. Now server is restarted, correct? HTTP port number is all fives. Okay, now let me create one simple JSP page. So how to create a JSP? Just right click here, go to others, type here JSP file, next, and give here JSP file name is index.jsp and finish it.
Okay.
So it look like a HTML, right?
Yeah. Look.
So we have a body, we have a HTML and everything, and you have extension is .jsp.
Yeah.
So this is one basic difference between HTML and JSP. Okay, let me add some tag hi. Just I added hi, and let me deploy this one into our server and finish it. Okay, now let me log in. Yes, now you can able to see some response, right?
Yes.
Okay, now I told you, right? So JSP, now the JSP is compiled and class is generated and object is created, and that class object got executed and we can able to see the response, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, now how to see the class? This is very important. Most of the people don't know this one, so this is very important. So how to see the class from where the class is generated? That I will show you. Okay, now go to your project, this project location, take property. So this is my project location, and go to that particular location. So this is your project, correct? JSP underscore 1. Now you will see here metadata, and there is a plugins, and here you will see Eclipse core resource. Where is this? Today's date is 2022, correct?
You can modify the day. I think it will.
Yeah, so here you will see dot projects and dot JSP, and you will see here JDK web core, not this one, not this one, not this one. Okay, let me get it. Yeah, so here temp 0 web apps, not web apps, work. Yes, this is the location. Catalina localhost JSP1 orgs Apache JSP, and this is your class. So what is our file name? Index.jsp, correct?
Yeah.
So index.jsp. So how it will give the name index_jsp dot class. So index.jsp is your JSP file name. So it will generate a file with index_jsp.java. So now let me open this generated file. So this is a servlet. You see here, the servlet extends HTTP base, some HTTP base. Okay, now if you see inside this, we have a init method, we have a destroy method, and we have a service method.
Yeah.
So inside your service method, what it is trying to display, it is trying to construct HTML page. We need to see the response, right? So it is
Yeah.
trying to construct HTML metadata, hi, head. See, finally this is your data inside body.
Yeah.
Hi, it's displaying. So for every change, whatever you are doing, it will regenerate the servlets and it will display it.
So actually,
Yeah.
what about the program? So you just creating the JSP. It's
Mhm.
created a Java, just like the core Java. They create two file, one in .java, one in .classes. So is the one kind of Java, core Java, or something? Because
It's,
all the
yeah, this is a servlet code basically. This all these things are servlets, right? JavaX dot servlets dot JSP dot page context and all. So this is a servlets imports. Like if you see here, Java in service method, what are the inputs? Request and response, correct?
yeah,
So similar way here also you have HTTP servlet request, HTTP servlet response.
right.
So basically the JSP will convert into a servlet, and that servlet will give render it and it will give response to you.
Okay, so
And yeah,
JSP linked with the servlet.
yes, correct. So how it will be linked on a runtime based on your input.
Okay,
It will be recreated basically. Okay, now let me modify something and how. Okay, the simple example is in a class how you are declaring the variables. So in a
in
class, right, you are declaring the variables inside a method or inside outside a method, either local variable or global variable, correct?
right.
The similar way in JSP also, in JSP in servlet you can able to write Java code, right?
In servlet, actually, yeah.
Yes, you can inside the servlet, inside the service method or do get method, do post method, you can able to write
Yeah,
Java code, correct?
right.
So here also you can able to write Java code. So how to write Java code in JSP? So that we will see. Let's suppose. So this is the HTML feature, right? We saw, right, so many times.
Yeah,
So if you want to display input type, so you can able to write it input. So let me write. I want to display my one input text field. So to name colon input type equal to input type equal to text, name equal to f name.
okay.
So this is the base one simple HTML kind of response. Now refresh it. Now you can able to see name, correct? Now let me go back to our the JSP location. So if you see it, right, it got regenerated. What is the time now in my machine, local machine? 6:29, correct?
Yeah.
And see here, there is some regeneration happened. Now let me open the JSP Java file. So now the basic change is inside the service method. So what you are going to display?
Okay. Yeah. Out. Yeah. Just so display.
Correct, yeah, that is the basic difference.
So this all the code are auto generated.
Yes, it will regenerate. Who will regenerate? Container. Container means in our case is Tomcat.
Yeah.
So that will regenerate this code.
Okay.
Okay, now I mean this is the HTML feature. We can able to do it in JSP, correct? And you can able to, if you want to add script, you can able to add it here. Script tag, and you can write whatever you want here. There is no that much difference. So you can declare a variable where x, y, z equal to 100. So it will allow you. There is no issue. So basically whatever you are doing in HTML and JSP, you can able to do it as it is. And go here and verify it. So now the time is 6:31 and the class is regenerated. And you can able to see here where is your variable declaration.
Yeah. Where x, y equal to 100.
So you can able to see your JavaScript
Yeah.
also, correct?
Yeah.
So this is the way your JSP is converting into servlet. This is the backend side. You no need to verify this one. This is just for our understanding purpose. I'm showing you. I mean, this one you can concentrate on only your JSP file side.
Okay.
Okay, just by considering these 2 points, you can able to do your HTML stuff and JavaScript code in JSP. Okay, now I told you, right? So in servlet you are right, you can able to write Java code. So here also we can able to write Java code. So there is another tag we have to use it, that is called scriptlet. So how to write a scriptlet? By using the scriptlet code, we can able to write Java code inside the JSP. So what is a scriptlet? So this is a sample scriptlet.
So these are the symbol actually used in the JSP for writing
Yes,
the Java.
yes. And inside the servlet, you have inbuilt object request and response, correct?
Yeah.
So here also you have an inbuilt object request, response, session, output to print something. You have so many inbuilt object, almost some 9 inbuilt objects is there. To get the servlet
Okay.
context objects, global context objects, we have a inbuilt objects. So you can able to use it. I'll show slowly
Yeah.
one by one. Okay. So this is called scriptlet, and by using this, you can able to write Java code. So that is
Okay.
one point. And second point, inside the scriptlet, you have a inbuilt objects like request, response, session, output, context, exception. There are so many inbuilt objects is available, so that you can able to reuse it. It's this kind of similar way. It is a similar kind of servlet.
Okay.
Okay, let me write some piece of code. Integer x equal to 10. I declare one variable integer y equal to 20. After that, what I want to do, I want to write a function. How to write a
Okay.
function? Public integer get sum.
Okay.
So this is some plain Java code, right?
Yeah.
And for this, what I want to do, I want to pass two numbers.
Yeah. Integer x, integer y.
Yeah, x comma y, I want to pass it, and it should return integer a integer b. So these are the inputs. Okay, first let me remove it. We'll write in a different way. So this is a plain JavaScript code, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Java code, right? So I want to display one sysource. System dot out dot println.
Yeah.
So this one we can able to do it in core Java, correct?
Yeah.
Sum is a plus, sorry, x y z, x plus y.
Yeah.
So this is a basically pure Java code I have written over here. Okay,
Yeah.
now let me run it. So you will not get anything. So you will get in console 30, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now go back to your JSP or servlet, how it got regenerated. So basically we declare two elements, two variables, integer x and integer y, correct?
Yeah.
So where is that x and y? If you go to your service method, JSP underscore service, the method name it will give like this, and inside your service method you will see here integer x equal to 10, y equal to 20, and system dot out dot println sum.
Yeah.
So basically everything. So here it will not use do get and do post, it will use service method. So
Okay.
basically ideally from service method we are going to call do get or do post based on your method. What is that method equal to get or post,
Right.
correct? So here we don't have any do get or do, sorry, method post or get. So directly it will try to override the service method.
Okay.
Okay, now so inside the servlet method, do get method, I used to write output dot require response dot get output stream dot uh, println something I used to use, right? So here also I told you, right? So we have some inbuilt objects. So one of the sample inbuilt object is output. So if you want to display anything to the browser, so now I want to display hi. So how I am displaying
Yeah.
hi? Out dot println. So this out I am not creating here, correct? So if you see this out, right? So I didn't create this, and this is created by container, and it's inbuilt object. So you can able to use I mean, it's a kind of ready-made object. So whatever you want, you can able to write it here. So basically, I want to display the system time. How to display? Hi, system time is colon, and in Java, how we are going to display date, new date, colon. Basically we need to import it, right? So control spacebar, so that will be imported.
Okay.
So where it got imported is java util.date. If you see here, this is called directories. So this is the way we are importing other Java files or other classes. In core Java you have an import option, right?
Yeah.
So similar way in JSP also you can able to import other classes. How to import it? So this is the web page import, and you can give the class full package whatever you want to import, and you can use it here.
Okay.
You can now go back, print ln, you can write here so that it will come to the next line.
Okay.
So this is a JSP, right? So this is the output response. It will come into one line. So to go back to the next line, what we have to do? We have to
Yeah.
give break. Now go back. So it's displaying high. System time is okay. This is correct. So
Yes.
basically, whatever you are going to write in JSP, the similar thing you are going to do in servlet also. Now
Yeah.
what I did, I imported something, right? So how? So if you see in your generated servlet, so how the import statement is happening, you can able to see it here. So here, this is the import statement. What you did, import java.util.date, correct? On the
Yeah.
top. And if you see your generated code, so this is your stuff. Out.println system date is okay. Now let's suppose, say for instance, if you want to, so this is called scriptlet. By using the scriptlet, you can able to write Java code, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what I want to do, on a need base, I want to display something. I want to display something on a need base. So how to display some variable or something? Okay, that is called, if you want to declare only one variable, so you can write this code wherever you need. So before writing scriptlet, I want to declare one variable. So how to declare a variable? Only one variable you want to declare. So that one. So basically we need to remember these tags.
So always, whatever I want to write in JSP, I have to remember this scriptlet. This is what is the name of this code?
This
The
is
things
called
you
scriptlet,
scriptlet. Okay,
and
scriptlet.
this is called declaration. What I am doing here, I am declaring, by using the declaration, you can able to declare only one variable. So now you declare
Only one.
only one variable. Now you declare this variable, and this variable is available inside your scriptlet.
Okay.
So this is the way to declare a variable. So now if you see your Java code, so this variable will come to your service method. Integer
Okay.
age equal to 100. So let me, it's not regenerated. Okay, let me print that variable. So now I can able to access the age, correct? Basically it is declared at different place, but I am accessing the scriptlet, correct? So
Right.
100 you can able to see. So how the variable is coming to, I declare a variable in different block, and it is coming to this block. So how it is coming? So this one we used to call it as a declaration. So this one we used to call it as a scriptlet. By using the scriptlet, so you can able to write Java code, correct?
Yeah.
And by using the declarations, you can able to declare Java variables. Now go to your generated class. So this is your generated Java class. So here, if you see here, control of age equal to, you will see somewhere. Yes, did you see there? Control age equal to 100. So what is, there is a difference we have to notice here. So here, so one variable is under global variable inside the service method.
Right.
Not it is not inside a service method. It is inside your
The,
class, correct?
the class.
And this is your service method. So whenever you are declaring any variable by using the scriptlet, sorry, by using the declaration, then it will become a global variable. And whenever,
Always
yes, always, whenever you are declaring a variable inside your scriptlet, that will become a local variable.
local. Okay.
So that is the basic difference between scriptlet and declaration, a variable declaration. So if you declare any variable by using the declaration and a scriptlet tag, so that will become a global variable. If you declare any variable by inside your scriptlet, so this will become a local variable.
Right.
It is kind of similar. Inside a class person, inside that you are declaring a integer x equal to something, right? It's a global variable, correct?
Right.
And inside the class, if you can write one method, inside the method if you write some other variable, that will become a local variable.
Right.
So that is the one basic difference between scriptlet and declaration.
Right.
Okay, now say for instance, if you want to display something, you want to display only one piece of information. So how to display that one? By using this. So here you want to display only age.
Yeah.
So here just I want to display something. I don't want to do any other thing. So how to display it?
So you were just given actually just age and then nothing else. So it's
Nothing
coming
else.
again.
Yes. So here what it will do, this one we used to call it as a, this is scriptlet declaration. This is called as a expression.
Expression.
Expression, what it will do, it will try to print something, that's all. So what I want to do here, so here you can write whatever you want to. So break, I want to go to the next line. Colon. Just I am
Okay.
print, I want to print this content. This is a dynamic value and this is hard coding, correct? Now
Yeah.
let me go and add it. This is called as a expressions.
Okay.
And another thing is whatever you declare this variable, so you can able to access anywhere, correct?
Yeah.
So how then it is a global variable. That's what you can able to access anywhere inside your servlet, correct?
Right.
Okay, and there is one point. And the second point is, so whatever you are trying to write inside your expression, so this will be part of your service method.
Right.
So let's suppose if you want to see this one, copy this piece of line and go to your generated servlet and check it here. So basically we need to open new file. If you see here, this is the what I want to display, correct?
Yeah.
Out.println, and it is part of your service method.
Right. Yeah.
So this is the basic difference between JSP and servlet and HTML. So basically in JSP, whatever you want, you can able to do when everything. Okay, now another thing is inside JSP, I told you, right, we have a inbuilt object request session. So let's suppose I want to get the session of this form. So how to get the session? So we have a inbuilt object called session. Session dot get basically here methods you will not get, so we have to type. So it will give you one thing. I want to print my session ID. So how to print it? Copy and paste it, and I page session.
Okay.
So session is an inbuilt object. So in previous case, how we are getting the session? Request dot get session. It will return HTTP session. From HTTP session, you are calling get ID, correct?
Right.
But here you have a session inbuilt object, ready-made object, so you can use it directly.
Yeah.
So now I can able to get my session, correct?
Yeah.
So if you see the corresponding servlet code, from request they will get the HTTP session, from session they will get ID. Let me open that code also. See here session dot get ID.
Yeah.
See how they are getting the session here. Page context dot get session.
Okay. See, so this thing is actually auto-generated by.
Yes, you see it will auto generate it. The session, you no need to write anything. So but in your JSP you are using session dot. So these are called inbuilt object. One example of inbuilt object is session, and another example is request. So let me type here inbuilt. So we have an inbuilt object called request. Request dot get parameter. So here you will not get help. You have to type here.
Okay.
So here you can give whatever name you want to read from the form. So this is a form name, right? Input type equal to text, name equal to f name we are giving, right? So that you can able to read it here. So basically whatever you are doing in servlet, you can able to do it everything in JSP also, but that is not the right way to do or to add the JavaScript inside the JSP. So you can able to do it everything. You can able to connect to database also, right? Here if you can able to write Java code means you can able to connect database also, correct?
Yeah.
But we should not do all those things in JSP. So we have a dedicated files, HTML, JSP. This we are using for UI purpose, and servlet we are using for receiving the action and processing the action. And you can write a different servlet to connect with database and to get the data, all those things. So that standard we have to follow. But you can write everything in JSP also. It will work. It will not be any problem. But that is not the right way to do.
Okay.
Okay, and so far it's clear, right?
Okay. I have to see again.
Yeah.
This is the first time. Yeah.
Yes. That's what they just I had given only one example. I don't want to give more example. It will confuse for you. That's what I had given a very simple example. One page, one JSP page. So you can we can practice it. And tomorrow we will see some more things like in tomorrow what we will see in servlet, right? We used to send the request from one servlet to another servlet, correct? The request
Yeah.
dispatcher,
Redirect.
redirect, request dispatcher.
Dispatcher. Right.
That kind we will see. And so let's say for instance you have two JSPs. How to include one JSP in another JSP? So how to
Okay.
reuse? one JSP into another JSP. So that we will see, and how to send the request from one JSP to another JSP, or from JSP to servlet.
Okay.
Like response dot send redirect we are using, right? We are sending the response from one servlet to another servlet, one servlet to another JSP or another HTML. So here also we can able to do all those things. That examples I will give you tomorrow. Tomorrow
Okay.
means whenever as per our schedule.
Okay.
Okay. And I will give you
Okay.
some reference links for JSP, just you can have a look so that you will get some better idea.
Yeah, yeah. That'll be fine. So before next class, I'll review all the documents. So
Yeah, sure. And for
that'll
this
be
JSP also, I will give some reference links. You can have a look.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.